So I just went live on my members only. Had a little conversation over there. Figured I better come over here and check you guys out. See what you're all doing this evening. I imagine on the East Coast it's pretty darn late. Well, heck, it's late here, isn't it? It's 10:30 at night, but somebody might be awake. We'll see. So I was thinking earlier, what do I want to do a live about? And I thought maybe I should do a live about what I've been thinking the most of. And what I've been thinking the most of is, what kind of content should I be making? I mean, if you guys follow my channel, I've been at Walmart for 18 and a half years. I know the job backwards and forwards. I like helping other people out, new people, even people that's worked here or whatever, on information on what it's like or what the best way to handle things or whatever. And I like doing that. I do. I don't want to stop doing that. But, I look on YouTube and I see a lot of these channels and I think, man, what value? I'm not really seeing value on some of these channels yet. These people will have, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers and views and everything else. And I get it. A lot of times, there's different reasons. Um, but as far as the trucking community goes, I think, what do you guys want to see? I mean, I I know I've asked this in the past, and I had a lot of people say, "Oh, why don't you do like a full pre-trip video from beginning to end?" And I could do that. It's not really my thing, but um, or whatever. Tell us about the benefits at Walmart, and I've done that, things like that. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, okay, if you all watch YouTube, I mean, if you're into the truck driving YouTubers, I mean, you look at people like Alex, the trucking guy, which, by the way, if you follow him, he's dropped out of this, but he did it for about 3 years. And I don't even remember how many subscribers he had, like whatever it was, hundreds of thousands. Um, it's like 700,000. I don't know. It was a lot. And I watched lots of his videos. And, you know, it seemed like he was really trying to. Hey, what's going on there, Jan? It seemed to me like he was trying to, like, cater to people that weren't familiar with truck driving life or what it was like to live in a truck. And, like driving down the highway and dealing with road rage people or just trying to figure out a major city or backing the truck into a dock. And I mean, I know that's cool for people that they don't know anything about truck driving and they're like, oh, yeah, we want to experience that and see it. For me, it got pretty boring after a while. I was just like, I can't take any more of this. you know, him cooking in the truck, making all the, I don't know if they were gourmet meals, but cooking. People like that. They like the vlog thing. Um, the GoPro on the head, right? And I think I tried it twice, and I did not like any of that. To watch it to me, it makes me dizzy, but for some people, some reason, people like that. I don't really want to do videos behind the wheel because I don't, I work at Walmart. So, Bob the Builder. Do I look like Bob? I probably do, actually, huh? Maybe I should hold the camera different. What's wrong with Bob the Builder? Anyway, and so I see a lot of these other guys, like Just Trucking. I mean, that seems more like a vlog of, hey, look what I bought today. Look at my toys. Hey, you want to look in the garage? Here, come out and check out what I got for the truck. Oh, now we're going up to the lake house. Oh, did you see my new Hellcat? And that is definitely not me. And I know a lot of people just love that. They're just like, let's see all the goodies. Let's see you living the good life. You're just making the big bucks and you got your wife and kids and everything's so happy and hunky dory and all that and whatever. I watched a bunch of his channel too. Yeah, definitely not me. But I mean, he's basically vlogging it. And that's the same with with Alex the Trucking Guy. He's vlogging it, like, what am I doing now? Um, what do I think about this? Whatever, like thoughts out loud, walking around, make it, or in the truck, like making oatmeal or something. Um, it seems like people like that the most. They want to see this every day, like, this is what I'm doing thing. I could do that. You want to watch me make coffee in the morning, smoke cigarette. You're not going to see any calisthenics or any anything like that happening. It's just going to be me waking up. Um, I don't eat breakfast, so you're not going to see that. But it just seems like it's one of the most popular things. Um, did you ever get my email with the A to D requirements? Yes, I did. And I thought I thanked you for that. Thank you, Tyler. That was actually super awesome. I wanted to share that. I didn't really want to like share the actual picture. I read it a few times, and that's one of the things. There you go. That's one of the content things that I know people want to hear. I've gotten more questions and more things about A to D, and if you guys don't know what that is, that's associate to driver, which means like you work at a Walmart store or club or something, and then you become a driver. They have a program for that. You have to work at Walmart to qualify that for at least 1 year. But yeah, no, thank you very much. That was very awesome. What's good, Don? Hope all is well. It's good. Yeah, everything's quite well. We're here on the back porch. Can you turn this camera around? How hard is that? There we go. Here on the back porch, we got the lights up. Thought about a night swim, but no. I've got the family over here. Quickly show them. And just sitting here on the back porch relaxing. Just thinking, this August it'll be 3 years that I've had this YouTube channel, and I was able to monetize it within a year, and I'm noticing that I'm getting kind of close to the 5,000 subscriber mark, which is great. I'm not complaining, trust me. But, I've put out like, 195 videos or something like that. And some of the videos I didn't put a lot of effort into, but a lot of them I have. I've done a lot of editing. I've tried to get information, say it as clear as I can. And, it just seems like it's been really slow going. Really slow. And most of that's my fault. Because with YouTube, you got to be really consistent. You got to keep those videos coming like every week. And there was quite a few times in there where I let like a month or 2 months go by and I didn't put a video out. That pretty much destroys credibility with YouTube or anybody out there. You got to rebuild it up again by putting content out. But I'm just thinking I need to kind of kick it up a notch and put out some better content for you guys. Your aunt lives in Red Bluff. She's 93. Oh wow, right on. Yeah, we used to live in Red Bluff. Well, we lived outside of Red Bluff. Um, we've been out of there now for 8 years. Yeah, this summer was the 8th year we've been out of Red Bluff. We're actually up in extreme Northern California, up near Oregon. I drive to work every other week. I work 5 on, 5 off. It's 155 miles one way. So, yeah, the Red Bluff thing, I just couldn't take any more of that. There's some serious heat going on in there. What am I reading here? I'm a Walmart driver currently in Samaria. Smyrna, sorry. Delaware, watching your live on my 10-hour break. It's pretty late out there right now, isn't it? Are you one of those grocery overnight guys? Oh, I guess not if you're on your 10-hour break. Right on. Yeah. What was I saying? I forgot now. Yeah, I need to put some better content out. Try remembering what you're saying. Well, and that's one of the things I was going to say. This channel, I have never written anything down. I've never done a script. People say you got to script your videos out. I absolutely cannot do that. I've tried it and I sound horrible. I sound like literally like I'm reading like a fifth grader or something, reading out of a textbook. I've tried memorizing it. It doesn't work. It sounds like I'm reading. I've tried the teleprompters. Same thing. I'm totally looking off somewhere else. I've tried outlines and I just can't do it. And so every video I've ever done, it's just me thinking of something to say and going, okay, and hitting record and just start talking. Um, that's not an easy thing to do. It's actually, you gotta keep your mind going quickly so that you don't sit there and go, which I do sometimes. But, you know, it doesn't matter. The point that I'm making is that, I'm asking you guys, what do you guys want to see? I mean, what kind of content do you want to see where, you know, is it the vlog thing? Is that what everybody likes? Because it seems to be where it's at. Most of the people like me that have informational channels on trucking or just whatever, showing you the everyday workings of like working at your particular job or whatever, they never seem to make it very big. Um, some will get maybe 10 or 20,000 subscribers, but the people that do the vlogging and trucking, they're dropping hammer. I mean, they're 800,000 subscribers. They're getting, 500,000 views, or, some don't get that many, but I mean, some do. And I watch it, and at the end, I go, what did I just get out of that? What did I just watch? You know, I feel like that one movie. What's that movie where he says he's got to buy a boat?
Corky Romano.
Corky Romano, yeah, like, because he got into the bag of cocaine and he's like freaking out, and he's like, something totally vague and out of the blue. He's like, I gotta buy a boat. I mean, that after I get done watching these other YouTubers because they bought everything on the planet and they're flaunting it, that's what I feel like saying. I gotta go buy a boat. Well, you know what? I already did all that in my early days and it made me broke, so I got rid of the boat. So, I'm sorry, I should be looking at the comments. Do lot lizard reviews. Well, that's going to be tough because when I first started driving truck, there was lots of lot lizards. I mean, that was like really, they were everywhere. I don't know about out there in the east, but here in the west, I I don't see lot lizards around anymore. That's like a thing from the past. Um, yeah, my wife was with me, and this was 20 years ago or more. It was more than 20 years ago. We were in a rest area down there by Turlock, I think it was, in California, and this gal's heading for the door, and I knew what it was, and she knocks on the door, and I roll the window down, and she goes, "You want some company?" I'm like, "Oh, crap." My wife comes up behind over my shoulder, and she goes, "No, he doesn't need any company. Now get the hell out of here." But I think that may have been the last lot lizard I'd ever seen. I mean, they haven't been around, so it's not a thing anymore.
They doing OnlyFans now.
Right. They're doing OnlyFans now. They don't need to waste their time out in the elements down at the truck stop making, chicken feed for their pimp. Are you able to drop and hook videos from the stores?
People like that.
Oh yeah, people do like that. Yeah, and I do. I like doing that. Um, it gets a little old after a while, but I've done those. They've done well, and those are more like a vlog type thing. Yep. Now I'm at this store. Looks like we got an empty here. I'm gonna check it out. Always look behind. Whatever. Talk about it. Make sure the doors are shut. Drop and hook. I like doing the scenery things, like, because we have a lot of nice scenery up in the Northwest. Columbia River has got some of the best going along the river there. And I got the dash cam. I like speeding it up, and yeah, it's kind of fun to watch. Um, the mountain ranges and all that. That's been a good one. It's actually been good content. Somebody said the same thing. They do OnlyFans now. Oh, is that why you said that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you hear yourself? I do hear myself. Um, I know I hear myself. I don't know if anybody else does. I did my members only and nobody showed up, so now I'm over here with you guys. uh, I'm JK, sorry.
Just kidding.
Oh, just kidding. Okay. How much money you make? Yeah, most YouTube channels, it's all about that when it comes to truck driving bloggers. Like every other conversation, how much money you make, how many cents per mile, that kind of thing. Um, and I've made a ton of videos like that too, where I literally put the money up each day, what I've made for the week. Um, I'll literally do a roundup of the end of the day, and they're pretty popular, I guess. Um, right now, currently, daily, I make about $490 a day on average. My ADP is 491 at the moment. This year, I'm on schedule. Where are we at? We're in July. Well, we're in mid-July, and I'm sitting right at 80,000 for the year. So we're only 7 months into the year, and I work. This is the thing that I always have to remind everybody because they forget or they don't want to talk about it. I work 5 days on and I get 5 days off, and I'm already sitting at 80,000 in July. So we make pretty good money. You know how I can get started? Driving here. What's that say? Yeah, Dallas.
Dales to Multnomah Falls is nice.
It is very nice. I love that run. How you can get started? We're here at Walmart. 30 months experience driving a tractor trailer. No major accidents or tickets or anything. Go to drive4walmart.com and use me as a referral. You will. You really do. It really does put you on top of the stack. If you can get a referral, at least on top of the stack with the other people that have referrals. If you have no referral, yeah, you better be hoping they're hiring more than one person because they're probably not going to look at your application. It's just the facts. Other than that, yeah, if you work at a Walmart, if you're in there a year, you could try to get in on the Associate to Driver program. It's a 12-week program. They pay you while you're doing it, and then you'll end up being a Walmart driver. Those are the two ways to do it. CPM is only 75% of daily pay, roughly. CPM. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I just know that on average, I have ADP, but on average, that's the thing. It's hard to explain to a lot of people. They don't really understand it. An average day pay is a running 12 or 13 weeks, and it's based on how many days you've worked, or no, how many days your schedule is supposed to have versus, what they're going to divide the number in. It's really screwy because I work 5 days on, 5 days off, but in a 14-day period, they divide that by 7. Well, as you can see, I only have to work a little bit extra, and that really gets jacked up high. But on average, I make, actual dollars per day, right around 450 to 470. That's generally my average that I come up with at the end of the day, not the ADP. And then, of course, you get a really low number when the day you go home, because it's pretty hard to turn exactly 11 hours. It's hard to do. So you may end up just doing a run and only running 6 hours, 8 hours for the day or whatever. So it's not an easy question to answer, really. Taxes, they take 25 to 30% of the gross. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, they do. But you know what's cool, though? Every year, you don't get it all back, but I mean, I don't know, I usually get about somewhere between $8,000 and $10,000 back. But trust me, the government gets to keep most of that. That's true. Luckily, I've got 3 kids and a wife, so it actually helps. If you're single, that's got to be tough. What is this gross? 42 to 4,500 bi-weekly, but only net 3,200 after taxes and benefit costs, right? And that's the other thing about pay. some people, they don't get the max on the life insurance or on medical or all these different things. You're talking about a huge amount of money difference that's going to be taken out of your check if you get the maximum of everything or you just take the minimum. I mean, for instance, the $1 million policy life insurance, I did that for all the family members. We got dental, we got medical, we got about the mid-grade plan. How much money do you have to go into 401k? How much stock do you buy? I mean, it's just drastic how different it would be to look at a net check. Um, yeah, there's no way to nail that down for anybody. Everybody's going to be different.
What happened when you do your 70 and 6 day?
What happens when you do your 70 and 6 day? Um, I mean, work all your 70 hours, you go home. You can't work over 70.
It usually ends up morning. Right?
Yeah, yeah. If you end up blowing all your hours off and you're on the 6 day and you're hitting 70, then you're gonna go home. I did 6-3 for a number of years, and I purposely would blow my time. I never went off duty. I left that sucker on duty the whole time, and because I wanted to go home in the morning on the 6 day, and I did good. I always made good money. Um, some guys, they would just hoard those hours like crazy. They're going off duty around, every chance they get, and they want to work all that 6 day if they can. If you want to do that, more power to you, but I want to work less, not more. I'm weird like that. Man, I lost track here. At Walmart. You don't do the medical because you're VA. Yeah, there are some. I met quite a few drivers actually that do that. They got the VA. Or another thing too. I've met some drivers where their wives work, like for like the state or the county or something, some really good job, and they don't take any medical because they're covered with their wife. It's much better insurance. Can you not reset your clock? Well, the way it works at Walmart is that we don't do resets when you're out here on the road. We have schedules. The only schedules we have, they don't go beyond 1 week. So we may have a schedule where you work 6 days and get 2 days off. Or if you don't like that schedule, you can get one that works 6 days and get 3 days off. Or like me, I get 5 days. I work 5 days and I get 5 days off. Most people have a schedule where they work 5 days and get 2 days off. So there is no gaining hours or any of that. There's just simply work your week or, and then reset your 70. You get 34 hours off before you come back to work, which it's all dead set on your schedule. Let's say you did your 34 hours. Doesn't matter. You're not coming back until your day out begins. So if you're Monday out, what are we looking at here?
We're listening.
Oh.
Something walking in the woods.
Oh, there's some animal out here in the woods.
Oh, something's moving.
Wonder what it is.
I think it was by.
Sorry, I didn't mean to stop your guys' live, but we got a lot of bears, so it's probably good I look.
Yeah, something ran through here.
Oh.
That's the time.
Well, we're good. Anyway, so yeah, no, if you work, you go out Monday through Friday, and then you go home on Friday and you do your reset, you ain't coming back till Monday because that's your schedule, Monday through Friday. It doesn't matter if you did your reset early or whatever. Where we at? They need a big print for these comments. Maybe there's a way to do it. I'm getting older. Typically 6 hours left to go home day. I go home. I don't do any more loads. Yeah, that's pretty common. What's up, JV Joe? I was 6'2" and went back to 5'2". I never did get the 6'2". For some reason, that was kind of a popular program. I tried for it a couple times and everybody wanted it. I've done the 5 on, 1.5 off. I've done the 5 on, 2 off. I did 6'3", for years. I had two other partners. They were great partners. It was a really good group we had. That was good. We used to have this thing where you'd work 6 days and get 8 off, and I know that sounds really crazy, but it was actually really good because of the way we work, where we do 34-hour resets, and we have to start out with a fresh 70. It worked really good for working extra. If you wanted to work extra, you had 8 days, so you can easily work, that whole week and have your 34-hour resets. They got rid of that. I forgot what they called it, but they got rid of it, and then they came up. They had this 5 on, 5 off. So it was similar to what I did. So I just went to that. We got a bunch of weird schedules now. I don't know that much about them. Like work 3 days, get 2 off, work 4. I don't even know. I'm just guessing at this point. But we're not the type of trucking company that you're gone for weeks at a time, or you're going to work your 70 out and then get 34 off and then go right back out. That's not how that works here at Walmart. This is not like regular truck driving. Where we at? Do you think Trump's tariffs will affect the trucking business? I thought it would. I thought for sure it would. It hasn't. Maybe I'm sure it has. I just don't know. I mean, at Walmart, we don't really have to worry about that kind of thing. I mean, if all of a sudden we didn't have a lot of work, then yeah, I guess I would be worried about that kind of thing. But we get the opposite going on. We're even getting busier. You wouldn't even know there's tariffs. If you notice, every Walmart in the nation, the parking lot's full like every day. So they're gonna get it somewhere. And if it's gonna cost more because of tariffs, well, guess what? We're all gonna pay more, and we will pay more. That's the thing about the American people. They want their stuff. And yeah, they're going to get angry and pissed and all that. But you know what? In the end, they're going to pay for it because we're Americans. We want our stuff. We like things. We like our goodies. And I don't foresee anything interrupting us working here at Walmart. We had a guy on our program. We have Rich and I. Rich is an Alaska driver. We have a podcast called Driven to Discuss, and we had a guy on that's done it. What do you say? 35 years. He's been. I can't remember what the hell his title is, but basically, he's not a broker, but he's the one that gets the business and figures out what drivers are going to get paid for loads and that kind of thing. And he says it's very much affected them. Um, you know, a lot of things have slowed down. You'll have to watch the episode to check it out, but it has affected trucking, just not Walmart trucking yet. Didn't like it, burned out. Wednesday out, home Sunday, usually before noon. That's the way to live. I'm older, man. That sounds great to me. What's the CPM out in SoCal? I'm transferring out there. I don't know the exact number. I know that we get paid multiple cents per mile more when I drive down to the Southern California area. Well, it's much quieter now. That's off. I know I get paid more for going down to Southern California. I don't know the numbers. Maybe somebody on here knows. Depends on how many years you are at Walmart. Yep, there's that too. I've been here 18 and a half, and I don't even really know what I get per mile. I think it's 76 cents a mile. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. It is whatever it is. We get more cents per mile on the weekends. We get more cents per mile when we go into Southern California, which I rarely ever do. And the weird thing is, I just went there last week. I hadn't been there in months and months and months. But they can keep their extra pennies a mile. I hate going down there. But, I got to take my turn every now and again. So, yeah. It was miserable. It was hot, and everybody was rude and cutting me off. So, not my place. Let's see. Be safe. Got to go to bed. All right. Catch you later. Once upon a time in YouTube. Appreciate it. But yeah, no, I started this live off basically saying, what do you guys want to hear? I mean, our conversation here obviously illustrates what people mostly want to see, and they want to see how much. Tell us how much money you make. Every day, every week, every year. What your paychecks look like, and that kind of thing. But I mean, when it comes to Walmart, I mean, there's a bunch of us out here. I mean, there's me, there's Rich Warren, uh, there's Walmart driver Crespa. I mean, there's a ton of them. I think we've all like said what we make, per day, per mile, per activity, per year, bonuses. And I mean, it's not something that's going to come and go. It's not going to change. It's not going to be like, well, last year they only got, they got a lot more or whatever. It's up there. It's good money. I mean, most all the drivers I meet out here in the West that are new, they make Walmart says you can make up to 110,000 for your first year working here, not counting, sign-on bonuses or anything like that. Pretty much everybody I talk to is right in that range. Some of them go higher. Some of the first year guys make 120. That's out here in the West. I can't speak for the people out in the East or that kind of thing, but so I mean, I guess the message is loud and clear. You're gonna make over six figures working here, and you're not gonna be out, months at a time or a month at a time or multiple weeks at a time. This is not the way we do it here. Um, I would be more. My question would be, how's your life every day? Is it miserable? Do you work hard? You know, do you have to rush? And all of that is no. We don't have to rush. We don't have to work hard. It's really chill and easy. We don't have to do physical labor. We don't have to unload trucks or touch freight. Um, to me, I'm more interested in that because I don't want to. Money is not so important to me where I'll make myself miserable trying to make it. I did that when I was younger, and well, I didn't get rich, so I gave up on it. Working at Walmart, you make more. You should be making more than enough. If you can't live on 110, 120,000 a year, then a job is not your problem. Finances and handling your money is your problem because you just shouldn't need that much more. I mean, unless you're wanting a mansion and wanting to live, in some fancy place. But other than that, that should be more than enough money to live. Um, I know in some cities things are pretty expensive. If you try to live in some place like New York City or something, hey, I get it. I personally think you're throwing your money away, but you know, okay, then maybe you do need to make more than that. But in normal America out here, nah, you should be doing all right with 120 a year, 130. Let's see. Oh, there's DB. What's up there, Dirty Broke? Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good morning. Yeah, that's right. You're just starting now. Oh, is it that late already? Oh my God, what time is it? Oh, jeez. Huh. That's okay. I don't have to work tomorrow. It's totally fine. What is your blood pressure as a truck driver? It's very low. That's what's so good about working at Walmart. You're not stressed. It's uh, it's totally a chill job. When I used to work tankers, that was stressed. They would, I would pick up like cream up there in Wisconsin or milk or whatever, and they would want me to get down in Florida by the next day, and I'd be up in Wisconsin, and I'm like, you want me to drive all the way down there to the bottom of Florida and overnight? And they're like, yep. I remember doing that all the time. If I remember right, it was like 16 hours, or it's been so many years ago. That was stressful. I remember dodging scales. I remember having multiple logbooks. Yeah, my blood pressure was probably skyrocketed back in those days. I was a very stressful person. And then I started working at Walmart and I realized, oh, you can drive a truck and not like stress yourself out and have high blood pressure. Jason Walker. Is he a CDT? Kind of a big guy. Blonde hair. I don't know his last name, but I don't think his last name's Walker. Might be. Well, if it's the Jason I'm thinking, he's pretty cool. Yeah, I know him, but I don't know about the last name. Oh, nah. Okay, so it must be a different Jason. I don't know. I'm terrible with names. I just smile away when I see them in the hallways and hope that, their name comes up. So anyway, it's been here about 35 minutes. Yeah, probably ought to be getting off to bed. I just thought I'd get on here and check you guys out. See what you all think about trucking content. What do you want to hear? What do you want to see? What do you like? What do you not like? You guys can still check. You can still put the comments in there after it's over. Bigfoot Hunter, Bering Sea Gold. Why does that sound familiar? Anyway, all right, y'all have a good night. Appreciate you being on the live. One more question. Do you want regional drivers to make a lot or only OTR? I think regionals make a lot more. All right, catch you guys later. You can't be coming up with